Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping live and we're flipping through none other than Vice Magazine. Vice Magazine with a beautiful Al Jaffee illustration on the cover, but we'll talk about that more in a little bit. If you are just tuning in, make sure that you hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel, help it continue to grow. I really can't do it without your support. So please consider doing that. If you're watching live, drop something in the live chat. All right, it's great. It's fun. There's cool people there. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. You can also become a channel member. Link is also down in the description. Yeah, check those out. You get some buttons, you get a 6 set of stickers. If you become a channel member on YouTube, you get every single video that I make early. The moment I upload it, you get it. God, did something bite my neck? Jeez Louise. You get it. You get early access. So if that's something that is worthwhile to you, please consider supporting me there. Hey, let's see who's showing up today. Shane's Hobbies is here. Evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Shane. Vanessa Amaya is here. Good evening from California. Good evening, y'all. Sticks McFly says, I decided to stop watching a video where a millennial tells me how to make music and come here to watch a millennial tell you about a magazine. If you guys can't tell, I have a little bit of a cold. Mostly over it, but I'm like dealing with all the mucus left over, and it's kind of stinks, but it's fine. It's fine. I will soldier on. All right. And Harvey's here. Hello, Harvey. Jello, all Jello to you too. You guys, I wish I had a bunch of stuff to talk about, but I have nothing to talk about. I haven't gotten any new Mad magazines. Nothing really exciting has happened. It's just this. All we have is this to talk about, this issue of Vice Magazine. Now, Vice Magazine, I should actually pull this up. If you don't know, Vice Magazine was founded, I don't know, let me look, 1994. I just looked it up. In Montreal, California. Okay, maybe this cold is messing with my mind a little bit more than I thought. Okay, let's just go over here. Let's look at the browser. We'll share this together. The precursor to Vice was founded in 1994 under the name Voice. It was a spinoff and all of that stuff. Issue #1 lists Laurent and Olivier as publishers, and Sarouche as editor, and Gavin McInnes as assistant editor, with Shane Smith joining the magazine's staff later. This is a cool magazine. And I would get stuff, I would get Vice through things that they would publish. Like they would do like their style guide or stuff like that. I don't think as a kid, I ever got an issue of Vice Magazine. I don't know that it was really available where I was, but they would do that. Look, it's free. It's free. And you know how they know how it's free? Because open to any page, and there's probably an ad. Boom, there's an ad. They sell a lot of ad space in this. You see what I'm saying? It's pretty crazy. But it was kind of a cool magazine. And then it moved on to be like the YouTube channel, and they did some kind of neat stuff there. And then, I don't know, it's just sort of spiraled down the toilet and became like not that cool. But it used to be super cool. Yeah, millennials don't know anything. That's what they keep telling us that. This month is going to be Friday the 13th. I called it a Jason Voorhees day because of that day. Turns out to be Friday the 13th. Is there a Friday the 13th coming up? Oh, there is. That's true. That's a true fact. Is our honorary Canadian here? I think I as a Minnesotan, I'm an honorary Canadian. Is our actual Canadian here? I don't know. I don't think any of the Canadians have shown up yet. Um, is this the one that also does Vice documentaries? Yes. But it started as this. It started as like one of those free newspapers, and then they actually like these are like perfect bound magazines, and they would do. They eventually became like a media company, not just a magazine company. Um, the final Boondocks episode shows the part when the special manager Riley running from the other angry kids at the track. Excellent. All right, so this I found out about this issue in particular, flipping through a Mad issue. I forget which issue it was, but they showed this beautiful cover with Al Jaffee's artwork on the top. Yeah, well, and one of the founders of Vice, Gavin McInnes, also went on to found the Proud Boys. So that's that's kind of cool too. He's quite a founder, you know. Um, for years, I tried to get people to make fake superstitions for Friday the 13th, but it never caught on. It's fun though. Well, all superstitions are fake, so it's not. It kind of did in a way. You were just on the other end of it. If time went backwards, you would have been the impetus for that. Anyway, so in a Mad issue, they showed this issue of Vice magazine. I remember liking a lot of the stuff that Vice produced, so I went on the old eBay and bought it. And you should also recognize that there's also Johnny Ryan, artist Johnny Ryan. You can follow him on Instagram. He did the other part of this illustration. Johnny Ryan's a wild dude. He's wild. His cartoons are wild. But yeah. Not mirrors or black cats. Oh, okay. Wait, those don't have anything to do with Friday the 13th. Anyway, let's get into this. Look at that. Oh, guys, I could do ad alerts. Can I even do the ad alert? Yeah. I could do ad alerts, but it would become so tiresome in this magazine. This has more ads than a normal magazine has. And normal magazines, I don't know if you've like looked at a normal magazine. There's a lot of those. Oh, sick. You remember phones? You remember when phones used to be cool and not just stupid little things? Like you and Kyle, Vice Media Group LLC is Canadian American Digital Media. That's actually a very good connection. I like that. Hoping to get the new Freaky this weeky. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that the new one is coming out. That's very exciting. I might have to put together another. I was gonna maybe the next live stream I do when I go through Freaky, I'll call it a freak off. But maybe with all the P Diddy stuff, they might like try to hide it. Anyway, look at here, more ads. Here we go. Oh, look at here's the pants off dance off with Tila Tequila. MySpace hottie Tila Tequila loves undressing to your favorite music videos. Would you guess that her life didn't turn out very well? The sad thing is that her life probably didn't start very well either. That's the very depressing thing about it. Here we have the table of contents. We finally got to it. It's captioned "Comics Overlord," and this issue's cover artist Al Jaffee at work in his studio. Now, a cover illustration by Al Jaffee and Johnny Ryan. Let's look at some of the people who are in this. The comics issue, 38. Peter Bagg, Steve Weissman, Gary Panter, Johnny Ryan, Jordan Crane, Milano Chow, Chloe Johnson, Martin Serrano, Vanessa Davis, David Cho. Is he a cartoonist? No. Mark Bell, Robert Crumb, Al Jaffee, David Kuper, Lorna Miller, Dennis Worden, Tony Millionaire, On Smith, Ben Cho, Patrick Dean, Liz Prince, Kaz Stripperkirk, and then Mary Fleener. I'm going to be honest, I know some of those people. He's working on another ridiculous fold-in. Oh yeah, I wonder what issue that's from. I also wonder if they went and took this photo or if this is like a stock photo of him. We'll see. Here we have Al Jaffee's stuff. Oh, look, there's more. Carl Wills, Rough Squad, Dan Zetwak, Sam Henderson, Kurt Wolfgang, Ted May, Sophie Crum, Sam Harkman, and Richard Cowdery. Let's look at this. They went there and they must have taken these photos. I cut off the ends of paintbrushes because they make them so damn long. The broken off bits make great Palm Pilot pen replacements. They charge $5 for those things, you know. Do you guys remember the Palm Pilot? Oh my gosh. This was a box of Sucrets, but I used it for toothpicks now. I won the Harvey Award for Best Cartoonist back in 2000. It only took me half a century. This is a DVD, a burned DVD of R. Kelly trapped in a closet. I had to watch this for a recent Mad Fold, and it is truly bizarre. I use these for turning caps on paint tubes that freeze tight. Oh, and that's a great use for a nutcracker. Washers and nuts. All the containers I use for brushes and markers double as storage for nuts and bolts. I have shoeboxes full of screws and other garbage because I can't throw anything out. It seems ridiculous, but at least the extra weight prevents them from falling over. And this is an intercom that goes to my apartment next door. I can use it to call my wife, or she can use it to call me names. That's cool. That's really cool. That's, I don't know, kind of that. No, it's great. This is like great journalism because all of this tells you a lot about the man. It might seem silly, but that's cool. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What does this say? Have you guys ever heard of Katsumuna? They're cute and some people find it scary. No, I have not. My kid calls them nutchuckers. Is this the line for nuts? It is indeed. You've come to the right place. Oh, I should say, if you guys we're gonna hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below if you do want to support me, patreon.com. Also, channel membership, that's huge. If you don't want to do that, you can also do a super chat. And if I get one super chat tonight, I'm going to tattoo Alfred E. Neuman's face on top of my face. So imagine that. So like the eye, the one eye that's lower will be like down here. And when I close my eyes, you'll see his eyes. And then like his nose will be over my nose. And the teeth, when I close my mouth, that's when like his smile will be there and I'll have like a little blacked out spot. That's going to be the next live stream. Will be Sylvester P. Smythe. Here we have another ad. Live at least 55 seconds per day. Okay. Boom. Oh, teaming up for your enjoyment. Vice and Tower Records. This is actually also an ad. This month's Vice Rack. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Do we know any of this music? The Streets. I had that album. Margot and the Nuclear So-and-Sos. Scissor Fight. Mono. Pretty Girls. Flaming Lips. Yep. Had that. Islands, no. Frog Eyes, no. Ghetto Fates 2. I did have DVDs like that along the lines of that, but no. Quasi. Nope. Didn't I only had 2 albums. Wolf Mother. Look at Wolf Mother. This is a popular album. This is they used the Frank Frazetta artwork. I forget what that painting is called, but guest editor of this one is Johnny Ryan. That's pretty cool. Founders, Sharush Alvi, Gavin McInnes, Shane Smith, Comptroller Richard Bisson, Patrick Gavin is a publisher, founding father John Reed, guest editor Johnny Ryan. That's cool. So Johnny Ryan did edited this issue. Crime in Italy, dude. Just so many. Here's some employees: Sam Henderson, Dennis Worden. Dennis Worden? Why do I know that guy? It was a free mag, right? There's going to be a lot of ads. Yes, it was a free magazine. And there are tons and tons of ads. Any random page you open up to, you will see an ad. Lorna Miller, Employees of the Month. Why does this guy, Dennis Worden, why does that, does he just look like somebody I know? Stick Boy? No, I mean, I don't know. I probably just came across it at some point. Okay, let's see. We got to get to some cartoons, right? Or the comics. That's what we need to get to. Okay, this is all right. It's called Vice Mail. You guys know I love a letters page. Oh, I wish I could have a letters page. Maybe I'll start a zine called the Letters Page, where people, if you write me letters, then I'll respond to them in this zine called the Letters Page. What do you think of that? Thank you. I think it's a great idea. Garbage Pail Dads. Oh, cool. All right. Look at this. This is a little bit about the history of the Garbage Pail Kids. And you have Johnny Ryan doing like little illustrations of Nancy and Sluggo up top. You may not know this, but there's a debate raging about novelty gross out cards industry. A debate of such heady implications that were it to rumble its way up to the mainstream awareness, it could rattle loose the foundations of how we think about art altogether. Since the early cards creation in the early 80s, it's been commonly accepted that Raw Comics creator Art Spiegelman was the idea man behind Topps classic Garbage Pail Kids series. Then last year, a compilation appeared of Spiegelman's protege, Mark Newgarden's syndicated work from the past 2 decades. The inside flap of its dust jacket bore these 7 explosive words: Mark Newgarden, creator of the Garbage Pail Kids. We got in touch with both artists to try to work out a peaceful resolution before all hell breaks loose and people start shitting in each other's elevators and such. I saw it in his book and my jaw dropped, Spiegelman told us. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't work in this industry, but if you're doing wacky packages and you've already worked out the kind of jokes for the gig, it's like, okay, we're doing Crest toothpaste. How about crust? You know, there were only like 5 right answers for any given product. How did this? He did do this garbage pail thing for wacky packages, and he did it before Top said, let's do this as a series. But it made him think that he invented it. That's even more arrogant than I am. Newgarden, however, remained adamant, even in light for his former mentor's reproach. It was certainly a team effort, he told us, but it was one of those things where I was the young kid there and nobody really wanted to work on it. So it all sort of fell on my shoulders. I came up with the name and the prototype for Wacky Packages. Topps wanted to do Cabbage Patch Kids series, and the Cabbage Patch people said, we don't want anything to do with you. Sir Arthur Score, ahead of Topps, said, fuck them. They grabbed this Garbage Pail Kid sketch that I had done and said, we can make a series out of this. Thanks for the testimony, guys. We've reached the verdict. The official creator of Garbage Pail Kids is, who gives a shit? I like that. Newgarden also invited us over to see all the cool comics crap he has at his house. Check out viceland.com for pics. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Like, this is the type of thing that you're going to get from Vice Comics issue. This is, you know what? I'm not even going to look at this because this is such a well-tread baloney. You know, it's like, we don't need to see corny or bad superheroes or supervillains. I forgot this is glossy. Sorry. Forgive me, you guys. I got to get my glossy stand. I remember advertising gross joke cards around 1973 or so. Gross jokes. All that gross out stuff is awesome. And a lot of connections to Mad Magazine with it. They're they're just this is high and lowest. This is just this artist Chance Brown. This is regular high and lowest after Crazy Cat. This is Pete Fowler. 5 most useless superpowers. Dazzler. Dazzler was a sick character. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl sucks. They try to bring her back. Bouncing Boy. Matter Eater Lad. Yeah. Anyway. Should I read this? Do you guys want me to read to you? Is that interesting? Is that interesting? Samurai 7. Hardcore comics. In the name of I gotta zoom in. If the name Profound Anger means anything to you, obviously you are either deep into Connecticut hardcore in the late 90s, or you are a devout reader of High and Lois. Not too much cross-pollination between the two scenes, but that can be viewed as a positive, since it would technically constitute incest. You see, after years of airing his teenage son's dirty laundry through the character of Chip, creator Mort Walker. Wait, I thought Chance. This is not a. What? Anyway, okay, I understand now. I understand. I'm not a complete fool. Mort Walker, also the guy behind Beetle Bailey, though strangely not Funky Wilkerbean, turned the strip over to his finally of age progeny Brian, so that he could do the same to his teenage son Andrew. Brian has the artist Chance Brown draw the strip for him, by the way. When Andrew got into hardcore and started playing with his friends in the basement, the obvious move on Brian's part was to appropriate his band's name into the strip and make the fat kid his drummer. Nice. A syndicated filial burn. Do you think your dad hated your band? Andrew, my dad actually claimed to like a lot of our stuff. He played in bands when he was in high school and was kind of a hippie. I think he saw hardcore as a new version of that. How about your grandfather? Was he into it? When I first told him that I was in a hardcore band, he asked, do you sound like Pearl Jam? Oh, snap. Our uncle used to record demos for bands like Hatebreed. My grandfather knew hardcore from that, and he had heard enough to realize he didn't like it. You guys broke up in 2001. Is Profound Anger still playing in the strip? They changed their name a couple of times in the past few years. Last I saw, they were Noise, which is pretty gay. Oh, very good. No mention of the Katzenjammer kids? I guess not. I don't know. Dude, this is sick, man. Look at this. Gory and Me. All right, then top find armed or just plain weird animals that talk. Number 1, Rocket Raccoon. Boris the Bear, Howard the Duck, Cerberus the Aardvark, or Cerebus. Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. Captain Carrot is the one I like the most because it's DC. But back in the day, this Rocket Raccoon was a pull. You know, there was not always the movies. Need I remind you? This one's by Johnny Ryan. It's about Edward Gorey, and then he's doing his best little Edward Gorey impression here, which is beautiful. Oh no, this is drawing by John Kirschbaum. Kirschbaum. I love that shirt. This shirt or my shirt? Anyway, maybe I'll come back to this. I don't want to just like read everything. This turns out this rules. Here we have the comics issue. My fear with having an all comics issue is that no one will take it seriously. I don't know. Things are changing. People are starting to read comics more than ever. What's wrong? Those people behind you are laughing at us. They must have overheard our conversation. Oh my God. I love that. Who did this? Nobody, there's no signature, no attribution here. Here's Peter Bagg, the expert. Captain Carrot was tight. I have a full set of comics. Rocket was great. I read those. You have a full run of Captain Carrot and his zoo crew? The problem is that those things, Captain Carrot, in good condition, are difficult to find because it was so oriented towards kids. They would always fuck them up, right? Like those things are just trashed. Every single one I find is trashed. I'm trying to collect the Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. So, yes, sir. Dang. I'm jelly, dude. He has the whole thing. That's a parody of the girl in the gory animation for the PBS series Mystery. That's where I found out about Edward Gorey, was watching like Mystery came on. My parents would watch it because they were dorks. And I remember just loving that animation. And then my mom bought me the books, like Amphigory and Amphigory 2. I think I have one of the sequels. I might have them out of order. I might have Amphigory and then like Amphigory also. I have a full run of Howard the Duck. Jeez Louise. Some people have it all. Some people really they really have it all. Peter Berg is one of my favorites. I didn't read Hate. I don't know that I've read anything by Peter Berg outside of what he did for like Mad Magazine. The kids movie. The kids movie. You mean the movie Kids, the Harmony Korine one? What did he have to do with kids? Was he one of the kids? Was he Casper? What if oh. When I read that, it's like, oh my God, he was Casper? He was reading Hate. All right, cool. Oh, I should use my cough button. Sorry, guys. What's your favorite full run of comics? I know you like, what do you like? You like She-Hulk. You like, um, there's that team book that you like. What's that team book you like? Um, my favorite complete run that I have is John Carter of Mars, or John Carter, Warlord of Mars. Marvel did it. And what I like about that is I think it's issue number 18 that has the debut of Frank Miller. He's like a guest artist in that. And he's doing like this sort of like house style. And it looks great. All right. Of course, I approve of the new King Kong, Peter Jackson's new. Okay, hold on. Jesus Christ. Of course, I approve of the new King Kong. Jackson's the new Spielberg, man. I'm watching it now, in fact. This pirated copy ain't half bad if you ignore the crying babies. Gavin, did you apply for that Blockbuster job yet? The King Kong video game was a rush job, though. Someone actually dropped the ball on that project. I resold it twice. What I paid for it, though, thanks to all the hype. If you're not re-enrolling at community college, you might as well get a job. Any job. Charlize Theron has some nerve refusing to wear the requisite butt floss in Aeon Flux. Like, who is she to defy tradition? Thankfully, I have a new program that can digitally recreate her outfit. Do you ever call that girl back? Michelle, I think her name was. Can you believe that Phil waited in line for 2 days to see that flick? Like, he was the line. My line waiting days are over, man. Fandango's a ripoff. I've got my own connections. Wait, what was Fandango back then? Have you done anything this week? Can't you at least take out the garbage or will you shut up about the fucking garbage, Mom? I'm on the fucking phone. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. So are you entering the World Series of Poker this year or what? It's about time you did something meaningful with your life. I like that. The Expert by Peter Bagg. All right, let's see this. Gru the Wanderer, Alpha Flight. That's the one I was thinking of. She-Hulk, Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. That's your favorites in that order, or those are the ones you have to come? Because I asked for your favorite, Shane. That's one thing. You just wrote down 4 things. I would like to come to Japan one day. I've been to Iceland last year with my friend. Damn, that's cool. Wish I could go to Iceland. If you close your eyes, it's like you are there. Am I is that a joke? Am I interpreting that joke correctly? Gru is my favorite. Gru is the best, right, Shane? We knew it. We all knew it. He's got a Gru fetish. We just needed to hear him say it, okay? All right. That was one of the funniest jokes I think I've ever heard. So, congratulations for that. Playing hide and go seek with America's sauce. That's okay. Now I will find you. They put me on every sandwich, you know. He'll never find me in here. There's nothing mayonnaise hates more than a bath. Idiot. Who's doing this? Stephen Weissman. Idiot. He's certainly forgotten. It was I who gave him his big break. Before Thousand Island, people would butter their sandwiches. I'm going to win. Hiding in plain sight. This strategy has served me well. But, oh, how they once laughed at me. You, taco sauce, they would say. Nobody will ever love you. So I sat there on the table waiting for America to screw up her courage. Then came nachos. You should see my girlfriend. I'm about to win. No! Shriek. I'm the secret stables. Ranch, and I'm hiding, and I am through hiding. And I win this stupid game because I am America's sauce. What the fuck? Is that funny? Was that funny? I agree with it, though. I love ranch. Ranch is the best. Gru is the shiz. Thank you for watching your language on this, a family show. Remember, this is a family show, so watch your language in the chat. You will get banned. You'll be punished if you ever say something inappropriate in the chat. Here we have Gary Panter, Songy, and Yo-Yo. No, dumbass, ranch, man. Blue cheese is blue cheese. That's a cheese. This is ranch. Ranch is a sauce. We're talking about sauces here, not cheeses. Blue cheese is a cheese. God damn, Kyle. Ah, he makes me so mad sometimes. Blue cheese? Hi, Songy. I'm going to go up the hill and get a soda water. I won't try to stop you. Man, I was out late snipe hunting. We had our gunny sacks and never even saw a snipe. Oh, he's sliding. Zzz. Hey, get out of that. What's so funny? More power to you. Zzz. Don't look teensy to me. Hey, Jumbo, back off. Hey, Songy, now where did he go off to? Holy shit, a bite. Woohoo, looky there. Well, I'll give a whopper. Hey, Songy, have you been fucking the fish again? This one here looks like he could be your kid. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Cheese sauce isn't a sauce. Well, if you say blue cheese, you're talking about blue cheese dressing. That's different. Again, no. Blue cheese is a cheese and it's made into a dressing. And not this either. But you can't say barbecue sauce is the best because there's too much variation in barbecue sauce. It's just it's impossible to nail down, okay? Oh, Chick-fil-A sauce. That's like a newcomer. I don't know. People like it. I don't know. Oh, barbecue sauce depends on the brand. Yeah, too much variation. The brand, the region. You can't rely on that. Remember the snipe episode of Cheers? No, I never watched that show. I don't think I've seen a single episode of that show. I know the premise. I've seen like clips, but ranch is a dressing, not a sauce. Well, fuck you. So is blue cheese dressing. So there we go. I don't have to win. I just need you to lose. That's all. Blue cheese is implied. Well, it can't be implied if there is something already called blue cheese. So it's dipped. This guy, you guys are really getting me twerked up. A comic strip about poutine. Any poutine is better than no poutine, even if it tastes like wallpaper paste. Dude, you just wrote that. Have Kyle draw that for you. Ranch without the word dressing is a place for people to keep their cows. Yes, but in the context of food, it's very apparent what you mean. You're talking about, you're saying blue cheese when you mean blue cheese dressing, but both of those things are something that you can eat. I'm not, what's buffering? Anyway, you guys should hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment. Make sure that you hit a thumbs up. You can't get this type of amazing conversation, this amazing dialogue anywhere else on the internet. Dressing is just a sauce for salad. Sure, I'll agree with that. That's fine. I'm not. Yeah. Dinosaur. I don't remember Dinosaur. Me too. Never saw Cheers, Seinfeld, or Friends. I watched a lot of Seinfeld and actually a lot of Friends too. Oh, Patrick. You might be shocked by the amount of stuff that I haven't, the amount of media that I have not consumed. What kind of kicks are those? These are iPaths. I owned a pair of iPaths. It was iPath. I wonder if they still make it. I had a pair of hemp iPaths. They were like a skateboarding shoes. Yeah, it was very cool. I don't know. This is the Bigfoot edition. I thought they were really cool shoes. The Hunting the Sniper is not representative of the show, but it is great. I would be shocked. Okay, well, let's go into this. This is Johnny Ryan. Johnny Ryan, you guys, hold on. I should pull him up on Instagram. Johnny Ryan. No, what the hell? How do you spell Johnny? Oh, H. JOHNNYRIYAN. There we go. Johnny Ryan. Here we go. Johnny Ryan rules. Super cool. Really? Okay. So there you go. This is a family show, so I got to like just keep moving. His stuff is really wild. It's really fucking wild. Yeah. So here, look at Wet Market. Makes like these little zines, and I don't know, just pretty crazy shit. I got to stop sharing this. It's crazy shit. Just keep in mind that if you follow him, like, just be careful when you open Instagram. That's all, okay? Fat Cop was pretty good. You know nothing about salad dressing. I know you're just being funny because I see the punchline, but I want you to take that back. I know a lot about salad dressing. I would appreciate if you took that back. I recognize it's a joke, but it still hurts my feelings. What? Yep, I have a black and silver pair. Of what? What do you have a pair of? Yes, they are very violent. They're messed up. If you don't like fucked up comics, don't follow Johnny Ryan. Like yeah, don't do it if you don't like kind of messed up stuff. Rehab starting Blecky, Yuccarella, and Wedgie. I'm going to go visit Blecky in the Cupcake Rehab. Hi, Blecky. How are you doing? Just taking it one day at a time, you know? I hear you. What's that shirt stuff on your shirt? What? It's cupcake crumbs, isn't it? I don't think they're cupcake crumbs. I think it's dandruff. Nom, 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 chop, chop, chop. Hey, you ate my shirt. That shirt cost $300. Pay up. Erp. Oh, the inside of my stomach itches real bad. Ha, that's what you get for eating a dandruffy shirt. Reach down my throat and scratch my guts. Oh, well, I don't know. Wee hee hee. Who would have thunk that scratching guts would be such a blast? There you go. Who knew? This is sick shit. I don't know. This is a photography by Win Miller, circa 1976. Arizona, Maravilla. Win Miller. It's kind of a cool photo. All the little 22 rounds. That's why comics are dead. They're not dead. Comics aren't dead. No, don't say that. Top 5 salads with dressing pairings go. Cobb salad with French dressing, and Caesar salad with Caesar dressing. A just regular green salad with maybe spinach, arugula, and whatchamacallit, dandelion leaves, with a nice balsamic vinaigrette, olive oil. You mix it up and it blends together, a little salt and pepper on that. I like just iceberg lettuce and ranch dressing. Hell yeah, dude. And finally, rounding out the top 5, fucking, oh God, can I do it? Can I come up with a 5th one? Probably a, oh, you know what? Like a nice summer salad. Again, just like greens, when you chop up something like some fruit, like maybe either an orange or walnuts, or an apple with walnuts. And then you throw on the fruit and mix that up, drizzle it with olive oil. Oh, molto bene. That's 5, dude. You didn't think I could do it, but I did it. Now apologize and say I know something about dressings. Thousand Island used to be my salad dressing of choice, but I learned to like Italian, then ranch, and stopped eating. I stopped eating all vegetables. I love the smell of books. It makes me feel like I'm at Barnes and Noble. I don't. That's very sweet, Vanessa, but it's also very funny. Now live on Spam and Dr. Pepper. I'm shocked that you didn't name drop Greek. We don't have that. We don't have Greek salad dressing. No, RIP McDonald's and the McSalad shakers. That was the shit, dude. Cobb salad is best with blue cheese. Cobb salad, know what I was thinking of blue cheese. You get a Cobb salad and you get 2 different ones. You get the French and you get blue cheese. And you do kind of a half and half. That's really what you got to do. I used to get the Taco Bell salads for years. How long have we been talking about sauces and dressing? I'm a little worried. Here's Jordan Crane. I kind of want to look some of these people up on Instagram. Jordan Crane. You guys, if you're not already subscribed and you've just witnessed this conversation about dressings and all of that, please consider subscribing, consider leaving a comment, And of course, what else? Wait, liking this video. That'd be great. Look at this guy. Look at here. Now I'll go to the browser. This is him. Man, his art style has kind of changed. Boom. Look at that. He's doing like a little illustration for every day of the month or something. That's cool. That's fun. Guess what? Jordan Crane, you got to follow. All right. This is I can't. This is a family channel. I don't know that I can show this. Flying Standby. Art by Milano Chow. Story by Fred Armisen. Stop! Don't say stuff like that. No, I'm gonna follow him. I really love it. I'm a big fan. I'm actually his oldest fan. I've liked him since I was like probably 8 years old. So just so you know, okay. Vegetables hate me. You got to eat your veggies, guys. I'm just gonna say. You know what? If you eat a bunch of veggies and you start farting all the time, that's just a sign you got to eat more veggies because your body's not used to processing them. So you got to do that. It's important. Flying Standby by Fred Arn. I don't like stuff like this. Comedians do this all the time. It's like, I don't want to hear stories about you. I'm not amused by stories. You're not some raconteur or whatever, however you say that word. Just tell me jokes. And I don't need this. I don't need Fred Armisen talking about how he's afraid to fly. And that's not even what Fred Armisen looks like. Sorry for the harsh criticism, but I've just got to be real. I'm not going to follow Fred Armisen on Instagram. Here's Cole Johnson. Do pickles count as veggies? Pickles, they're pickled vegetables. So yeah. Pickles, pickled okra, pickled beets, pickled beans, pickled carrots, all of that, those are vegetables still. They're just pickled. Pickled eggs are not vegetables. That's a really good one. What is a pickled egg? It's not a meat. It's not a vegetable. We don't know. I like pig's feet. That was one of my favorite lines from Friday when Ice Cube's dad is scolding him. He goes, I like pig's feet. Anyway, I don't think they were having pickled pig's feet. Pickles are kind of a big deal. Shut the fuck up. It's dairy. It's white. That's true. That's probably true. Pickled giblets. The giblets. All right. I'm going to read this one. We're going to see what this is all about. Melanie's been slipping me drinks all night, even though I'm underage. Be careful with this. Maybe sour is my favorite. Melanie keeps yelling in my ear about Tony. I don't know what she sees in him. I have a silly crush on the DJ. Melanie's been threatening to send me up to request a song. I couldn't. I don't need to anyway. He plays all my favorites. It's like he's reading my mind. I try to show my appreciation by dancing intently. I wonder what he can see from that booth. The next morning's headache is intensified by the fluorescent lights in geometry. I can still hear the insistent kick drum in my head, though it's far away and echoey, like a dream. Now, that's not funny at all. And that's okay, because I don't think it was meant to be funny. That's Cole. That's Cole Johnson writing a story about a high school girl getting drunk at some type of function. I think that was just a little vignette. That's all that was. Ooh, this is Martin Senderer. All right, let's look him up. Martin Senderer. Boom, this dude's an artist too. He's still working, boys. This is cool. This stuff is really cool. Well, this guy hasn't posted in a while, it seems. What is this? Oh, 11 weeks ago. Oh, he just posts infrequently. I'm going to follow him. Followed by Noah Van Sciver and JD Rancor. I'm just going to unfollow him when I'm done with this live stream, I think. Oh, wrong button. What does this say? I like to eat rabbit when I was a teenager. I've never eaten rabbit. I've eaten squirrel though. Here we thought the question was chicken or the egg. It was actually meat or vegetable all along. Yeah, that's true. Herbert Hound and that dog. He's just looking at all these dogs. If you can tell me what, if you can tell me what the hell this means, I mean, that's amazing. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Yuck. In New Zealand, there's a racehorse with the name Dahmer's Kiss. Can you imagine? Yow. Yow. Here we have some shoes. Macbeth shoes. B13 district. Welcome to hell. District B13. Welcome to the 13th district. Welcome to hell. In theaters starting June 2nd, Magnolia Pictures. I have to look this up. Hold on. This is the problem. This is a problem when I look at stuff from when I was like not that old. They still have a website. Available on DVD September 5th. Oh, it's not secure. Okay. You guys, I'm going back. I got to go back. It gets a 7.1. This is like a good movie. Imagine that. Who made this? I might try to see this. A 7, you guys? A 7.10 out of 10 on IMDb. That's like a good movie. All right. That's what you got to know. That's a good movie. That's a top flight film. Anyway, what's this? I don't like this artwork, so I'm not going to read this one. Sorry, guys. This is David Cho, Finger Banger. David Cho is David Cho is he's that artist that he was like a graffiti artist, and he did the work. He painted a mural at Facebook headquarters, and I think Facebook had gotten like enough money to like get a headquarters, but they didn't have a lot of liquidity. Maybe they had some VC money or something. I don't know. So they had this guy, this graffiti artist, paint a mural, and they were like, we don't have money to give you, but we'll give you stock. in this company. And so David Cho said, yeah, sure. And that made David Cho a multimillionaire. He became like a multimillionaire. He's sort of also a dork. Yeah, I think he's a dork. And yeah, that's all. That's really all I have to say about it. I want to see how much money he made, actually. Vice. Where's the thing about Facebook? What the hell? Control F. Commissioner. Okay, hold on. Okay, whoa. I got to do this. This is not interesting to see me read things. His shares were valued at approximately $200 million on the eve of Facebook's 2012 IPO. So who knows? And he's also, I mean, he was also a successful artist, I think. I kind of find him annoying. I think he's a dork. That's all. What the hell are you talking about? Canadian Danish is a Boston cream. Cool. The hell does that have to do with anything? So then what's a Canadian cream? Does ice count? Ice cream. I thought it was a metaphor. God. What are you guys talking about? This is what happens when I ignore you guys. Then you start like talking nonsense. Oh, they switched it over to this side. This is Mark Bell. This style looks familiar. I don't know if this guy's art looks familiar, though. Old mug. Step 1. The old mug must go. Admit it. Step 2. This is cool. This is like fun to look at. It's like a Whimmel builder. A Whimmel builder. All right, here we go. Tidbits, rifling through the comics artist's personal belongings. This is kind of cool. Look at Johnny Ryan's stuff. Hitler's skunk. They used to give these out as carnival prizes during the big war. I'm not talking about wimpy baby wars like Vietnam or Iraq. I'm talking about the big war, the Great Skunk War that took place in the Dingle Dungle Forest next to the Bumbleberry Waterfall. We lost a lot of good men in that one. This is a tribute to them. Pro White, I use this to cover up all the mistakes I make when I'm drawing. Comic writing tool. Iva Saliva. And a slap bucket. Whose stuff is this? David Kuper's stuff? Overhead projector. Jordan Crane stuff. Lorna Miller stuff. Cute. This is cool. See, this is what made Vice, like one of the things that made it cool is like doing shit like this. Crash, this is a family show. What the heck? Look at this stuff. Little chair, Steve Weissman stuff. It's great. I'm just getting distracted by this, which I shouldn't. I should pay attention. Oh, look at this. What is this? Legendary albums remastered, restored, and expanded with previous unreleased demos. Cool. Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. That was a really good album. I think I might actually have this. I have some remaster of that album. Obviously, like every kid who's ever held a joint owns a Bob Marley and the Wailers Legend album. speaking of every kid with a joint, I mean, come on. This is just, yeah. One of the best hip-hop albums of all time. That's not what you wrote, but that's how I'm interpreting it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna talk about this. This is this is great. This is so much fun. They would do this. The do's and don'ts. So here's the do's. Here we have. Why are we at war with these people again? They look like slightly packy versions of early Cher, but with Pee Wee Herman personalities and the goddamn motherfucking Steve Perry scarf. Do we really want to spend $271 trillion blowing this bitch up? Here we have. We've been pushing these girls for a long time now. Slightly fucked in the head 80s moms that mine out a great square shit. Her belt is holding its own hand. But still get wrecked and fall down the stairs. Kind of like trannies if they were less crazy and not ugly dudes. Here we have. What's so sad about judging a book by its cover? Come on, when you see this guy's mustache and the ridiculous clothes behind it, you just know he's a good guy. In fact, if you met him and ended up being lame, you'd be all disoriented, bumping into tables and crying. I don't know who my friends are anymore. I just don't know who to trust, like Sean Penn and the Falcon and the Snowman. One of the advantages of growing up with a lot of sisters is that you can do the loner nerd thing with a pretty apt sense of style. That way, girls see this brooding intellectual who's about to become rich instead of a desperate masturbator who eats his own dandruff. Oh, that's great. And then you have the don'ts. I don't know where maybe they would just wander around New York and take these pictures. We looked into it and he's serious. He genuinely really liked Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands. We go, what are you, a 14-year-old girl? And he goes, no, I'm just really, really stupid and incredibly boring. What? I can't. I actually have to make sure that I don't show one of these. What were this guy and his baby head thinking? Dude, just because you were born with a jelly bean for a cranium doesn't mean you have to lash out at the world and become a drawing I did on my binder in Mr. Rennick's class. What do you do at your birthday? Scream at the sky? He's got that of a baby. Anyway. All right. And then, yeah, they just keep going. Do's and don'ts. These things are so funny. And they would I remember I had a book, the Vice guide. It was like do's and don'ts. And it was just filled with these things. And they were so fucking funny. Like, this is the internet before you have the internet. Also, Elvis Hitler, Nina Hagen, and other shocking, weird albums. I don't know about Elvis Hitler. I do know one of my favorite albums was, here, I'll pull it up. DDZ, you'll know this one. I'm confident that you'll know this one. Here we have, this is a great album. Kool Keith's Black Elvis, Lost in Space. It was a great album. I enjoyed it. Yeah. All right, more do's and more don'ts. You got to be careful with this. Anyway, here's some Robert Crumb shit. I wonder if is Kyle still here? He's probably never even seen this Robert Crumb stuff. Dying is easy. It's getting born that's hard. There's got to be something more than this. It's pizzeria. This is 94. Yeah, I guess. No, what I mean by that is like not before the internet. No, you didn't. You never saw this. When did you say this? I must have missed it. Oh yeah, right there. Well, okay. Good point. What I mean is like think about like so like that would be like something on Instagram, right? Where it's just like you get this fed to you, right? Do's and don'ts. You can imagine that like swiping on Instagram or like shorts. Like you're going and it's like, oh, here's the do's. Oh, here's some don'ts. It was kind of like that where he was like, I don't know. I got that get that vibe out of it as I revisit it. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Come on, you can do it. I don't get that. What is this? Upperplayground.com. Oh, I remember Upper Playground. I have a sticker. I still have an Upper Playground sticker on my record player. This is very cool. This is Al Jaffee doing a take on snappy answers to stupid questions in this issue of Vice magazine, the comics issue, back from like, I don't know, 04 or something, or 06, I forget. Here are rollicking responses to inane inquiries. Was that a fart? No, I'm dead, and that was my dying gasp. No, it was an ass poem written especially for you, sweetheart. No, I'm so hot, I need this powerful chick repellent to protect myself. A really bad hair day. This might be the best snappy answer to stupid questions that has ever been made right here. So there you have it, folks. And the reason why I introduced it like that was because I want to clip that and put it on Instagram or, you know. I don't know this. Here's Eddie's Tales. This dude looks familiar. Dave Kuper? Why does that artwork look familiar? Oh, yeah, you already said that. Upper Playground, was that Ricky Powell? No idea. I don't know. We're going to keep moving along. Here's Lorna Miller. This looks cool. Let's look at this. This is shit-faced. Where are you all dolled up? Where are you off to all dolled up? I'm going on a blind date. You look different. Have you had your hair done? No, I had a face transplant, and now I have the face of a top model who choked to death on a grapefruit. It's peeling a bit. What? Oh my God, it's falling off. Don't worry, I'll stick it back on with this dog. Do I look okay? Yeah, you would never know. Have fun. The date. You smell like shit, lady. Does this make anybody else uncomfortable? I don't know. I don't know, Lorna. You're cutting it close, okay? Dennis Walden. Big plans. Hey, Turd, get the hell out of here. You're stinking up the place. So, Booger, who flicked you and made you king? Fuck you, Turd. Just leave. You might scare away someone I'm waiting for. Oh, what do you think? Someone will come stick you back up their nose? Maybe someone will suck me back up their ass, too. Are you that fucking dumb? Face reality, moron. Shit. I'm not that fucking retarded. I'm waiting for angels to come take me to Jesus. Why didn't you say so, brother? Praise the Lord. Hey, idiot, shut the fuck up. A talent scout's coming, and I'm going to be famous. It's a toenail clipping. Oh. That's sort of what I'm thinking. It's a bold misspelling, though. Maybe I'll Google that. Let me just Google that. Okay, here we go. Oh man. Here, let's kind of catarl it. There we go. Ah! Jesus. Snigger, a partly suppressed or broken laugh, a sly or snide laugh. That's it. So I guess, don't we feel foolish now? It is something. Are these comics? LOL's like Axe Cop, where the kids right now. I think I wonder if somebody, like, I know like Johnny Ryan, his is pretty along like what he normally does. I am kind of curious about I'm kind of curious about if they were like gave direction before they commissioned these. You know, said a little bit about the style of their magazine. The Coup. I feel like I heard of this, but I didn't have this one. Featuring Talib Kweli, half of Black Star. That Black Star, their one album was like also one of the greatest albums of all time. Dead Kennedy's Jello Biafra, amazing. Uh, Tom Morello, Dwayne Wiggins of Tony Tony Tone, and Black Thought of The Roots. Is the magazine still going? I didn't even think about that. I mean, no, is it? New Black Star with Madlib is cool, but nothing like the classic. I didn't even know there was a new. I am out of the loop of everything, fully out of the loop. Oh, does it have Most Def and? Huh. Okay, that's very interesting. Here's On Smith. I'm Evil Randy. Okie dokie. This kind of reminds me of why can't I think of his name? Because I'm tired and I'm sick. The guy who fucking created Freaky Magazine, Andrew Goldfarb. That's what this reminds me of. That is who that reminds me of. Did Andrew Goldfarb use the gnome to plume on Smith at some point? This is Ben Cho. That's not a comic. All right, hold on. On Smith, cartoonist. He's a Chicago cartoonist. He deleted his Instagram. Okay. Well, that's that. That's my investigation is over. I just got Crash. I just got that message that you sent. Synchronicity, dude. That's wild. That's crazy. Real life superheroes. John, 30, Long Island. Why Aquaman? This guy, he just showed up with all of his Aquaman stuff, dressed vaguely like Aquaman. Here's Robert, 35, from Queens, collecting all the Batman stuff. So why are you into Batman? I love that he's just a regular guy with no superpowers. He's just so smart. He's a detective. He's a scientist. He goes out there to solve these crimes, and he does it. So he sounds like a kid. What do you do to afford all this stuff? I work in the radiology department of a hospital 3 days a week. So I get 4 days off I can dedicate to my kids and working on my website, eternalcollector.com. Me and my business partner, Frank, started it because there's a huge number of collectors out there, but no website where you can see people's collections. Obviously, I'm going to eternalcollector.com. The website is still up, but it's like kind of crazy. Yeah, this is what makes him a real life superhero? Great question. Great question. Would you go to Mexico one day? Yes, I would. I hope to go to Mexico one day. I think this is just people who collect shit. Shazam. Okay, I get this now. Look at this. I got that. That's the oversized one. What do they have? Wait, they have a bunch of like Miracle Man and stuff. Whoa, they have some Golden Age stuff in here too. That's cool. Zorek 37 and Jessica 24 from Brooklyn. This is crazy. This dude is all about Spawn. Spawn, I don't know. Spawn kind of stinks now. Vice, that's not your real name. It is. My mother heard it in a dream while she was pregnant with me. And then they call him Captain Marvel. Geez Louise. This is kind of cool. All right. Can I just say, like, just getting these like regular people who are sort of obsessed with these superheroes, that's rad. Vice was always so good about that, though. Like, kind of sort of like what's that Channel 5 News or All Gas, No Breaks? They do stuff like this, or it's like regular people, just, I don't know, slice of America. That's cool. This guy, Jeff from Staten Island. Have you got the entire run of X-Men sitting here in this dining room? I'd put my collection at about 75% complete. But it's not just the X-Men books, it's also X-Men appearances. Damn. This dude's got that's an insane collection. Well, these might not be their whole collection, right? It has to fit on like nearly 1:1, aspect ratio photograph. These are not wide angle. It's just kind of fun to look at all of this. The Mexican fashion side on Melrose. There you go. If you were looking for that. Here's Patrick Dean. I wonder how many of these people did work in Mad Magazine. All right, hold on. I'll get my first paycheck for my new job on Friday, and I'm going to buy the Lord of the Rings Shire Lego set. I deserve it. Cool. Where'd you get a new job at? We wrestled each. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, wow. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wow. I met Zorik. We wrestled each other at a dojo once and trained together for a sword fighting night league. We've also been extras on a show. He kept taking pics of girls and hitting on them between takes. That's that is awesome. Holy cow. Look at that. People connecting on this channel. That's what it's all about. Oh, damn. Is it this one? Is this his ex-girl? You met her? or my collection of the fine Venezuelan beef. Disgusting. Here we have Liz Prince, drunk for 24 hours. You know what? This is another one where it's just like, this is autobiographical. And I'm not usually a fan of autobiographical stuff. Skull splitters. To our friends' crazy sex stories, cheers, Yinglings and pizza, restless sleep, early awakening by dog barf on the bed, mimosas at breakfast, another round, sure, Jack and Coke, when in doubt, ask the hot dog vendor, all day, woot, long. If we had any water, at dinner, I'm going to have a Jack and Coke. You guys want a drink? Coffee, please. I don't care about you. Nobody cares about your story about getting drunk. That's something that everybody needs to know. Is that nobody cares about that. We don't care about the dream you had. We don't care about that one time you got drunk. We don't care about that one time that you thought you were taking a 25 milligram edible, but it was really 125 milligram edible. We don't care. All right? Sorry. I just thought of something. By any case, this issue is released. By any, there's no way of knowing. There's no way to know. Sorry. Somewhere on Capitol Hill. Blam. Blah, blah, blah. Cocaine. Blam. Gotcha, you mangy death cab motherfucker. Winston Newton. Hipster hunter. Ooh, a diesel. What a beaut. Golly, WN. These are some mighty greasy pelts you've got, eh? And look at all these earplugs and fancy tight jeans. Yep, I don't get it. How does you get such fine catches? Well, I'll tell you. It's easy when you use the right kind of bait. Shocks Energy Malt Liquor. Whoa, okay, well that's fun. That's a fun one. Like a little bit of a DC Sniper vibes, a little bit of the what was this called? YOLO? Four Loco, that's what that was. Yeah, some people do it well. I do like Noah's stuff. Who else? American Splendor was kind of good, right? I think the difference is like, I don't know. I think maybe I think a lot of people think that their stories are more interesting than they are. That's the problem. And there's no way to tell if your story is interesting until you tell it and people say, this is dumb and boring. Yeah. It gave me Daria vibes. Da 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 da. Julie Doucette is really good. Who's Julie Doucette? Did I miss her? Some of the stories as much as the teller. Yeah, that could be. I think there are certain stories that it's just like I will not care about, no matter how well it's told. I'm not going to be interested in hearing it. Here you have Jessica and the Jawbreakers. This is cool. Carl Wills. This is in the style of what's that, like Nemo and his adventures in Dreamland? Is that what this is after? The Jawbreakers are booked to play at the nefarious Cobweb Hotel. Me, me, moo, ma, moo. I have a feeling tonight's going to be our best gig ever. Goodness gracious, it's the owner. Boo-hoo, sob. Unless one of you girls is a qualified electrician, tonight's show is canceled. This is terrible. Nobody will hear my solo. Fine, but we expect an annulment fee. We're not leaving empty-handed. Haha, annulment fee. Comedy night is Wednesday. later in the car park. Smash. Who's the most popular band in town? Think fast, mister. No answer is a wrong answer. The next morning. That's just fucked up. Rough Squad. Martin Kellerman. This one might be a little too long for me. RockyDigital.com, Fantagraphics.com. Martin Kellerman. Fun facts you might not know about the St. Louis Arch. What? How do you even... There's elevators in that? They're right. I don't know about these. The Arch as we know it... Oh, I got to zoom in on this now. The Arch as we know it, an invented catenary curve, inverted, the shape of a chain hanging freely, according to architect Eero Schermer, was the winner of a nationwide design contest. The runner-up was a staggered series of obelisks set to the riverbank, appearing less as a tribute to territorial expansionism than a monument to the shocker. Damn, that's very funny. Although it was calculated that 13 men would be killed during construction, an acceptable toll, remarkably, none were. Let's give her a test. Weighted sandbag worker dummy. Safety net. Whoops. The Arch's most advanced engineering exists in the elevator system that carries visitors to the top. Self-righting tilt mechanism, perforated floor, and elaborate ductwork carry vomit to the river. Construction was temporarily halted in 1964 when two black activists chained themselves 120 feet up. Dozens, possibly hundreds of rap videos were filmed beneath the arch annually. In the subterranean museum of Westward Expansion, there's a place where you can stand where it looks like animatronic Meriwether Lewis is being filleted by an American bison. Come visit. Open daily. You guys know me well. I don't like reading. All right, here we have literary. Here's a bunch of books that you could get. I don't know. Oh, this is flavored rolling paper. Dude, this is like when I was the age when this came out, like I was in the Navy. This would have drove me wild, man. All right. I got to wrap this up. I got to go to bed. I got to work in the morning. I don't know. I'm almost done, though. This has been pretty awesome. You got to make me a copy of that. Give me 10 tapes. I'll fuck you up. All right, nobody move. We understand you have a boner. Not today. What are you doing? It's not illegal to have a boner. It's not? Hey, he's right. Well, strike me pink. That means it's okay for us to have boners. Well, what are we waiting for? Haha, I've had a boner all along. I got it from that's your mother. Well, I was fucking her. Oh my God. Jeez Louise. Honk Steady is heading out. Honk Steady. Have a great evening, dude. How many of these are left? Oh my God. I got to do them all. Don't I? The sneaky peanut. I'm going to stop zooming in and out. I'm just going to keep it like this. Oh, look at it kind of come up. What? He's showing up in his mouth. He throws it. Oh, sorry. He throws it. Oh, it's in his mouth again. He cracks it open and chews it up. Can I zoom out a bit? Shut up. He's messing with me. All right, here we have another one. This is Kurt Wolfgang. That's a cool, whatchamacallit? Oh, funnies, I see it says. That's cool lettering. So this kid sees his ma coming out of the shower, and he points to her privacy. He says, "What's that?" So she goes, it's for Daddy hit me with an axe. And he says, "Great shot for you." I have to tell you something. My whole life is a lie. I'm a fake and a fraud. I'm not the man you think I am. That's good, because I always thought you were a passive-aggressive jerk and a latent homo. Okay, well, I guess I am the man you thought I was after all. The neighbor's dog did a crazy dance on my leg, and now it's all wet. Yeah, I saw that. I thought you'd pissed your pants. Dude, that's gross. God, some of these are so funny. I don't know if this means something weird, but I find you very sexy when you're angry. Really? Yeah. When you get angry, you act like a retard. Sometimes you even start to stutter and spit starts. Okay, I think I've got the idea. That boy, language has changed a lot. Hey, Crash, you remember Ugly Duckling? I didn't have this one. I didn't have this album, but I had an Ugly Duckling album. Here we have Ted May, The Perils of Heracles. During Heracles' last adventure, it seems as though he got himself cloned twice. And by their BO alone, they quickly turned the local yuppie cafe into a rough dive. Hey, Heracles, you fought the Dracula and the Hydra. How about you taking my place in the knife fight with my girlfriend's lover? I'll give you $5. I get the knife. Hey, Heracles, 2. You can loan me $5. Oh, Heracles 2, can you loan me $5? These caffeinated cavemen are so eager to please. I'm done reading this. I've read too much. They've all made love to his wife. Here we have Richard. Rick Altergott. See you later. Mwah, smack. She your girlfriend? Yeah. Wow, she has big tits. Yeah. All right, there you go. Henry Hotchkiss. There goes the luckiest son of a bitch on the planet. You mean him? Yep, he's the one. He's the first. Dude, it's unbelievable. Here's Sophie Crumb. Is that Robert Crumb's daughter? I didn't skip over. What best parts did I skip over? Of the Heracles one? Dude, I can't read that. That's too much. And this one too. I can't read this. This is so many words. Who does this person think they are? Like Edward William Shakespeare? Is that what they think? Anyway. The streets, the hardest way to make an easy living. This album didn't age that well. I'll be honest. Then here we have Richard Cowdery. You guys, I'm tired. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the end. I'm sorry I couldn't read all of those. This is, honestly, you should go out and find a copy of this. This is an awesome magazine. This is an awesome issue of an awesome magazine. Holy smokes. That one's going that's going somewhere special. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You guys, if you have not already, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That truly is the #1 way that you can support this channel and keep it growing. All right, truly, I mean that. Consider joining Patreon and becoming a channel member if you want to do that. Anyway, let's say goodbye to some people. What if we have already? You didn't. You only bought it because I told you about it. I told you should buy it. You were copying me. Don't you remember that conversation we had about you copying me? Anyway, here's Sketchy Works. Good. See you later, Sketchy Works. Thanks for dropping by. David Strickler, Vanessa, Honk Steady, Shane, thanks for stopping by. You guys, who else is here? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Wait, now I got to find the thing. Where it is. Toodaloo.